it's been a pretty interesting season for us, good in many ways, but it's never fun to lose in a playoff series, and especially when you have the chance to win. I guess I can say we got beat by a great Hall of Famer. She was terrific. I don't have much else to say. People ask questions.
Mike, Coach Dunn was saying their whole focus was stopping Ivory. She's 0 for 7 from 3,
Yeah.
3 for 12 shooting. What were they doing on her?
Well, they trapped her, made her give it up. They just, they harassed her all over the court. When that happens, you have to have other people step up. We made some bad decisions. At the end of the day, that's going to happen in games, and we had Kara come in and step up and take some of the slack. I thought Tiana Hawkins played a terrific game for the most part. But, in the learning process, we're still making some of the same mistakes we made, in the middle of the season. Hopefully, start next season, we'll have everybody healthy in training camp, we'll have a whole group, and we can get better. It's really hard to, put it all in focus afterwards. But they basically on Ivory, they doubled and made her take tough shots. And, I think she put a little bit of pressure on herself, after the other game. That being said, we shot a better percentage than them. They ended up getting 7 more field goal attempts than us, and the turnover difference was 7. And that ends up being a huge factor in the game. We got 3 more offensive rebounds, 7 more turnovers that we committed, and those end up deciding playoff games. We had some bad fouls, and then the play of the game in my mind, and I'm cringing about watching the tape, but we missed a shot in a 2-point lead late in the regulation, and Tamika Catchings goes the length of the floor, and we all look at each other like somebody else can pick her up. And I'm thinking Hall of Fame players dribbling the floor, maybe everybody should guard her and make her pass it to somebody else. I can't even fathom why that even happened. I can't. If I had a way to explain it, I can't. But I don't have a clue.
Mike, the starting line, your starters shoot 10 for 32. Is that more collective defense effort on their end, or just not making?
I think it's a little bit of both. They play pretty good defense. That's what they're known for. But the game comes down to, it's a close game, and we held them to 37%. So. In a lot of ways, we played as good or better a defense than they did, but, we gave them back the ball, extra times. A couple, crazy possessions. We don't communicate, and we get called, for a foul on Catchings, that she gets to go to the line, that, all we have to do is not get screened, and she's not going to the line. January set a great back screen. Right now we didn't foul Catching, we fouled January actually on the back screen. She goes to the line and makes 2 free throws, and those things are killers. So and from the defensive end, I think both teams play really good defense. That's what both teams have been known for this year. It makes the game ugly sometimes, but we made more mistakes. This is a team that they've been together a while, and they made less mistakes than we did. Sometimes that's what it comes down to. The team makes a couple, and in a 3-point game, 5-point game as it ended up, but we had to foul. But in a 3-point game, in a game you have a lead in the last minute of regulation, you can't make mistakes, and we did.
Coach, with the team being so young, what was the message to them headed into the overtime session?
Well, part of the message was the same one we've kind of had for the whole game. Number one, you got to rebound the ball, and for the most part tonight, we held our own in that regard. But Larkin's got 2 big offensive rebounds when I thought we overhelped on January driving, and then there was a play where I think January drove and they put Catchings out beyond the 3-point line and rolled Larkins to the basket, and we're supposed to roll and help on that and make them swing the ball, and that we were afraid to leave Catchings, so nobody took Larkins. And they made smart plays, and we didn't.
It was 2 very close games, both on the road and here tonight. How much was experience, or the lack of experience actually? Well,
that's what I was just saying. It is a big factor. That group that they had, Catchings, Coleman, well, not Coleman so much because she wasn't there, but Catchings, Larkin, Zealous, January, Christmas, you know, were all there for their championship. And they're 2 years removed from that. They understand who they are as a team. We're kind of still learning who we are as a team. I'm still learning who some of our players are as a team and what they can do best and what they can't. And, you know, it's easy to say, well, you've had all season. Well, my experience is that, you know, 34 games is a very short time when you have that many younger players. In the NBA, 34 games is not even half the season. And so teams can kind of struggle and get a better identity. We get 2.5 weeks of training camp. We have one remaining player from 2 years ago, and I think we've made progress, but you know, we have a long way to go too. I mean, I think we have things that would encourage our fans to say, hey, you know, they're getting better, they're doing good things. They made the playoffs 2 years in a row, but they're not happy with just making the playoffs and going out in one series. I'm glad that we made this series competitive. Both games went down to the wire, but this was one we gave back tonight that we had a chance to win at the end.
All right, thank you.